Working out itself is important, but working out without proper recovery is pretty useless because you won't build as much muscle or strength as you could. And so in this video I'm going to show you 3 things that are the cornerstone of building strength and muscle and feeling recovered and energized throughout your daily life. So why recovery is important? If you have great recovery, you are going to be able to train more frequently with more volume and at the same time build more muscle and strength. But if you don't recover, in your trainings you are going to be feeling exponentially worse and more tired, and also in your daily life you will feel less happy and less motivated. You are not going to want to do stuff. So recovery is not only important in training but also in your daily life. So around half a year ago I wasn't focused on sleeping and eating as much as I could have been focused on, and so overall I wasn't recovering as quickly or as good as I could have, and that's what caused me to go into plateaus. So for 2 or 3 months I wasn't progressing on the bench, sometimes I wasn't progressing on the deadlift, or I wasn't progressing on the squat, and I always wondered, like, what is the cause of this? And I come to the conclusion it's not in the training, but it's in the recovery. If you have better recovery, you can train even more without feeling that sore. So that's, I think, what stopped me from progressing further. And when I fixed that, the progress just came in. I went from a 110 kilogram bench press to 125 kilogram bench press in just 2 months. And right now, when I'm doing these 3 main things with recovery, I'm feeling the best that I've ever felt. So now let's dive into these 3 tactics or habits that will help you exponentially to break through plateaus, feel better in your daily life, recover more, and just get stronger and bigger. So the first one is sleep. Most of you guys think that 8 hours of sleep is like enough, it's good, because most of the people told you that it's good and you don't need to sleep a lot more. It's like the 8 hours of sleep is sufficient to your lifestyle. But if you're an athlete and you're training hard like 3 or more times a week, then 8 hours of sleep is literally disrespectful to your body. And I mean it, because I was sleeping 8 or 8.5 hours per night like a year ago or half a year ago. And when I started sleeping 9 or 9.5 hours a day, 9 hours of time spent in bed, because from the 9 hours that you spend in bed, you're only sleeping like 7.5, for example. Well, if you have like average sleep. For me, it was like, I have to sleep more to feel better. I experimented with sleeping like 8 hours, and for 2 weeks it was like, okay, like I can live with this amount of sleep. And one day I slept like 9.5 hours throughout like a school day, and throughout that day I was feeling fresh, I was speaking to more people, I was just feeling overall better, and in my training sessions I was really explosive and really energized. And so I started sleeping 9 hours a day every day. Most of the time, every day was like this. I just felt better and just I was more motivated to do stuff. And even in my training sessions, I was lasting longer in the gym. I stopped skipping the accessories that I used to skip, and I just enjoyed more time in the gym. And yeah, it's just better. But you have like this habit that you like go to sleep at around 10 and you wake up at like 6 a.m. and that's only 8 hours of sleep. But when you finish your day at like 8 or 9 p.m., you just you finish training, you finished eating your last meal, you've showered, or you just had done the work for today, then you have that habit of going to sleep at 10. So for the next hour, you're going to do like useless tasks. You're going to take more time in the shower just doing nothing, and even on your mobile phone, you just, oh, it's only 9:30 and I still got 30 minutes to do something, so I'm just going to scroll. So from now on, you have to set a time that you will try to be in bed at. So for me, it's 9 p.m. But in most of the days, I do that, but like once every 3 days, I don't do that. But it's exponentially better than having that time at 10 p.m. And so throughout the day, I'm thinking about I have to go to sleep at 9, so I'm planning my day to finish my work at 9, and so I don't have that much free time in the middle of the task, so I don't scroll on my phone that much. And so yeah, it's really easier if you can put yourself into that mindset of going to sleep earlier. And yeah, so trust me on this one, you will feel exponentially better. So right now, when you're sleeping 8 hours, for 1 or 2 days, please just try 9 or 9.5 hours. Just find the time to go to sleep earlier and see what it does. And if you're a young guy, it will really help you. So try that, and let's get to the next one. So the second important thing that the fitness community, most of the gym bros, are skipping, and it's causing them a lot of pain and frustration and tightness. And you might guess what it is. It's stretching and mobility. So check this out. By every training sessions that you do, your muscles get tighter, your muscles that you exercise. And for the first half year of your training, as you're a beginner, you're not going to really care about stretching, and you're just going to get away with it. But after the half year of training, if you don't stretch, you are going to be experiencing your first like small injuries. So your shoulder might hurt a little bit here and there, your knee might hurt a little bit, your hip might hurt a little bit. Most probably what's causing it is the lack of stretching. If you're not stretching at all, if you're stretching like 20 minutes every day, then that's not your problem. But most of the people don't stretch. But after the first half year, the not stretching will catch up to you. As I said, you will experience more pain here and there, but you won't really exactly know why that is. So like your mobility, like touching your toes from standing up will feel a bit harder, but you're just not going to notice it. So trust me when I say this, start stretching and it will pay off. You will eventually pay some price for not stretching because your body will just tighten up and you will experience more and more pain in your training sessions, and it can get like even extreme if like you've been exercising really hard 2 or 3 years and you've not done any stretching, as this happened to David Goggins, and he just had so much pain that like one day he just couldn't move. But that's a separate point. That's David Goggins, and he was doing extreme stuff like running 30 miles a day and 200-mile marathons. So that might not be the case for you. But in resistance training with big weights, it's really important you stretch, because then you're on your squat, you might feel worse. You're just experiencing more missed grooves. And most of the time, if you've not been stretching, it's that your muscles are getting tighter and it's not so pleasant for your body to experience that, and that may cause you some injuries. They might not be big injuries, but it will catch up to you. So that's what I'm saying. Even with the sleep, it will catch up to you. So you better start doing this today. So what I do right now is I stretch 10 minutes every morning, and each day it's like one day I stretch upper body and the other day I stretch lower body. So in the morning I just set a timer, 10 minutes, do some stretches, and yeah, that's a great part of my morning routine. And from the point that I started stretching and I really just locked in, training has been really good. Or if you don't want to stretch every day, you can stretch 1 or 2 times a week for 30 minutes. So like full body stretching, holding the stretches for like 30 seconds and moving on. So you don't have to go in extreme detail with this. It's not that important, but as I said, it will catch up to you. So don't give it so much stress, like if you didn't stretch out this day, you're just going to get tight and you're going to have an injury. It's not like that. Just treat your body with respect and stretch those muscles that you're working out. And the third important thing for recovery is your diet. And by diet, I mean eating enough protein throughout the day. So protein is the micronutrient that causes muscle growth and just overall the growth of your body and brain health. So if you are a high performing athlete, so you train 3 or more times a week, then you can't really don't give a shit about your diet, because you just can't perform if you're not giving your body the fuel to perform and fueling your muscles. So as I said in my videos before, you have to treat food like fuel. I don't mean that by just eat chicken and rice your whole entire life unseasoned, but you have to understand the importance of protein. So the amount of protein you should be eating is 1 gram of protein per pound of your body weight, or 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight. So I weigh 170 pounds, so 75 kilograms. And so the amount of protein that I eat that a day should be 170 grams if I want to have the most gains. But some days I get that, some days I don't. But I don't track it, but I just know, if I just recap what I've ate in a day, and I can say I haven't ate enough protein today, or I have. And if I say that I haven't, I will drink a protein shake. So I will recap in the evening. I don't track my calories. I did for a week. You don't need to get super consistent with it. If you're not on a super extreme diet, you don't need to be that consistent with tracking your calories and macronutrients with some calorie tracking app, but just track 2 or 3 days, and based off of that you try to get the perfect amount of micronutrients. So 170 grams of protein for 170 pounds of body weight for me. And so for example, for me it would be eating 4 eggs in the morning, eating some chicken and rice for lunch, and drinking 1 protein shake, eating some oats or some cheese, and then in the evening I will have some kind of meat with potatoes or rice, and that will be 170 grams of protein. And when I tracked it based off of that day, I will try to eat almost every day. And the foods that you should be using in your diet the most is protein shakes, milk, meat, and eggs. So the meals throughout my day I base off of these 4 essential foods. So throughout the day I get protein from all of these. And if you don't have the time to eat throughout the day, and you think that you don't have such a protein intake that you should have, just buy a protein powder and eat 1 or 2 protein shakes a day. And don't worry, you won't overdo with protein. It's impossible if you stress that you don't get enough protein and you do 2 scoops of protein, of whey protein at once, so 50 grams of protein. It's a really good thing that you can do for your body. And yeah, so my tip for the diet is to drink more protein shakes. If you are going to school and don't have time for breakfast, do a protein shake on breakfast, then have a lunch at school or lunch at home, then go train, then after training get a protein shake, and then go to sleep. Or if you have a rest day or something like that, just in the evening at 7 p.m. I always think did I get enough protein today? And if I say that I don't think so, I'm just going to make a protein shake, because I have a flavor that's delicious, and I will just drink it, and it's going to be super helpful for the muscle protein synthesis in my body, and it's going to be super good for your recovery to get more protein in at the end of the day. And yeah, so sleep, stretching, diet, and protein. So those are the 3 things that your recovery is based off of the most. And I just explained every one of them and how should you do them. So Let's recap a little bit. So the three things that your recovery is based off of is sleep, stretching and mobility, and diet and protein intake. So sleep, if you're a young guy from the age of 15 to 25, it's important you get 9 hours of sleep. Let's set it at this number. It's like really achievable to sleep 9 hours a night, and you're going to get used to it, and it's going to feel pretty easy to go to sleep earlier, and it's just going to feel easier as you move on to get those 9 hours of sleep. So I struggled for the first week to get 9 hours of sleep, but then I just start getting 9 and 10 minutes, 9 and 20 minutes, just like it's going to get easier, and you're just going to feel really good and recover better. So don't sleep 8 hours. It's literally ruining your body slowly but surely. So then stretching, if you don't want to experience that many injuries and just to feel more like free, because if you stretch more, then you're going to feel less sore and less tight, and that's just going to be very refreshing after a nice morning or evening stretching session, and on the next day you're going to feel really good. So you can either stretch 10 minutes every day, as I do right now, or stretch for half an hour 1 or 2 times a week. And a quick tip for this, it's shown that if you stretch right before training, so you get done with your workout and right there in the gym you stretch those muscles that you just worked out, it's shown that it's not that beneficial for muscle growth. So I wouldn't really recommend right after. So you might go home, eat, and then go stretch out 2 hours from your gym session, and don't even stretch before your training sessions, because if you do a long stretching, so 10 or 30 minutes of stretching before your training, you're just going to feel less explosive and more the muscle is going to be more stretchy, and you just won't feel as strong as you should. You're just not going to feel as strong. And then the diet, eat as much protein as you can, get 1 or 2 protein shakes throughout the day, just going to help you. It's not going to mess up your body. It just doesn't make sense that eating protein will mess up your body, because protein is the best thing that you can give to your body. So 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight, or 1 gram per pound of body weight of protein if you're a man from the age of 15 to 25, for example, because that's where you grow the most. And so yeah, that's it. I hope this recovery guide was entertaining and you enjoyed it. I hope that you are going to use these tips in your daily life, because I hope that you trust me. I hope that it's just common sense that if you sleep more, you're going to feel more recovered. If you stretch out, you will feel less tight and better. And if you eat more protein, you're going to recover faster and build more muscle. So I think this all makes sense. And so drink your protein shakes, sleep 9 hours a day, stretch out. And if you like this video, you can subscribe to my channel. I have more diet, training, powerlifting, strength training, weightlifting videos on my channel. So go check them out. You can click on these videos on screen, and see you soon.